Hey, welcome to Caroline's Table. It is me, Caroline Summers, and we are going to make some your favorite takeout dishes at home. So I think sometimes when it's hot and you don't feel like cooking, it's easy to, I know I have been getting behind on getting to the grocery store. And so that takeout order is really easy to do. But you know, the takeout, as much as it's convenient and it's always super tasty, it is also, you know, it can be quite full of sugar and bad ingredients. So when you make it from home, it's really nice because you can use the best ingredients, better quality proteins. You know on your sauces and seasonings what's going in it, so you can kind of decide how much sugar you want in some of those things and salt. So that's what we're making. We are making today, it's kind of ambitious because I'm going to try to make pot stickers and the ginger scallion beef, which is just a really easy, quick stir fry. So I'm with my niece Grace today, and my best friend Heidi is here. She's out on the patio working, but I'm hoping she'll come in and taste some beef when we're ready. So let's do it. We are first going to start with the pot stickers. So I like to do a combination of ground pork and shrimp. So this is the pork that I'm using. Of course, it's the Campo Grande Iberico ground pork. You can get it at carolinehg.com if you want this really high quality pork, or you can get your pork wherever you get your pork and that you're happy with. I like this one because the animals eat grass and they eat acorns, so it's a super high quality, and you know, I like to know what the animals are eating and where they live, because it makes a difference in the quality of your food and how it tastes. So, hi Marlene, I'm here, hello. I'm doing great, Roxanne, how are you? Hi Huntsville, Carol Johnson is here, long timer, Trula, Debbie, thanks for joining, you guys. I love these Thursday nights together. We always say this is kind of our Friday night, but Bruce Summers is not here to make me a cocktail. But that's okay. I'm going to be busy cooking. So, hey, Judy Mama. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy these videos. I enjoy having you here. So, pot sticker, do you guys, is that in your order when you go to a Chinese restaurant? It sure is in mine. I love it. They're these wonderful little dumplings that you make them in these little wrappers. These can be kind of hard to find. This, is the easiest brand to find. It's Dynasty. You can order it online if you can't find it in your store. You'll find it in the refrigerator section, although I did not find it in the refrigerator section. So Grace found it in
the refrigerator section.
Yes, yeah. But she went to an Asian market. So she had one near her. So again, you're going to find this in the refrigerator section, and it will say pot sticker wrapper or do you know how to say that word?
Gyoza.
Oh, gyoza. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. You're not looking for a wonton wrapper. That's a different thing. So what we are going to do first is get my cabbage cooking. I like to use Napa cabbage in the filling of my dumplings. So let's get started with that. So in this recipe, you actually cook the aromatics, the ginger and the garlic with the cabbage. So this has been washed and sitting, and you just want to give it a nice thin chop here. Grace is she's my everything girl today. She's camera, she's my co-host. She'll be popping on camera as needed, and she takes pictures for my blog. She's my niece. She's my goddaughter. They put the god and daughter with this one. And she works with us at Wellis Air as well, which is really nice. We had our recap call with our sales team for Wellis Air. They were like, "Wow, you guys had a week." We did have a week, so thank you for thousands of you who jumped in on that big sale. That was incredible, and we're so happy to welcome so many people to the Wellis Air family. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Grace, when you have a sec, we're going to move over. Oh, yeah, this is a good shot. We're going to move over here. I have my ginger and my garlic ready to go and the Napa cabbage. And I'm going to get my burner happening. Come on. I need a lighter that works. Do you know where the red one is? Whew, that Wellis air is gonna start to go. Where's my lighter? It's usually in here. My housekeeper was here, and it may have been put away somewhere. Oh, a match will work. Thank you. See? Grace is she's the fire girl, too. Here we go. Okay. Thanks, honey. Okay, and... Oh, look at that cute thing. Okay, will you hold this for me? Let me just make sure Jesus.
Want me to give it a go?
There's like a Shakespeare line. My kingdom it's a horse, but I can use a different burner. How about that? How about I go to the middle burner? You'd think as good of a chef as I am, I'd have a burner that works. Okay, I'm in, Grace. I got it. Okay. She's coming over. We got does that happen to you where your starter goes out? It's annoying. Okay, so my pot sticker recipe here. I'm going to heat the pan on medium high. Of course, I will have all these recipes available for you as needed. I'm going to turn that on. And we are going to use sesame oil and the garlic and the ginger. So I have my oil right here. And I have the garlic and the ginger. This is just coming up to temp. And I don't want it to brown too much, so I'm just going to put a little bit of sesame. You can use regular sesame oil or toasted. I like this toasted one. It just gives a little extra flavor. But sometimes when I'm just, cooking in like this and I don't need as much flavor, I'll use the regular one. So I'm starting this at not too high because I don't want my garlic and the ginger to burn. You can see there was a lot of prep done before we joined you guys. Guess who helped me prep? Grace. Prep, fire, camera operator. Okay, so we're going to get this. Already, the smells of this make me really happy. When I feel... when I'm craving junk food, it's usually, you guys know, it's salty and it's umami, and I love something fried. Well, the pot sticker kind of hits all those notes. So this is where you get the amazing flavor. Okay, so I'm going to grab, you stay there, I'm coming right back. I'm going to grab this. Now, when you are using Napa cabbage, they can get huge. They can get really big. So about this size is about as much as you need because you'll be shocked to see just how little filling you need in a pot sticker. I always have way more than I need, but then it makes it easy to just whip them out later. I used to make this recipe for Suzanne. She loved it. She loved it, and she always loved when I made Asian food for her because it was something that she didn't know how to make the food. She just loved eating it, so she loved that I had this sort of arena of cooking that she was so good at Italian and French and peasant cooking and home cooking. Oh my God, such an amazing chef. But it was fun to make something for her that she didn't know how to make. So these pot stickers, if you remember, we sat at her kitchen counter and made them together. It was very fun. Okay, so I'm just getting this wilted. We're almost done here. And then I'm going to add this to the bowl with the shrimp and the pork. And you do want to get it quite wilted. I could have chopped this a little more because, again, those little pouches get tiny. So I'm going to let this get a little more wilted in here. Good, you're doing great, Grace. You're doing great. Okay. All right. All right, I am going to come back to home base over here, and now we're going to make some of these dumplings. This is the fun part. So you can see I have the the pork and the shrimp. I used some very finely diced shrimp. And again, you can ask Grace. She said like this, and I said no, more finely. It gets even a little mushy because you want to have some of all the flavors in your bite. So that's why everything gets pretty small in here. Okay, so I have the pork, I have the shrimp. Now I'm going to add, I have 2 recipes going here, so I want to make sure that I tried to prep everything. Okay, the garlic and ginger is already in there. The cabbage is in here. The salt and white pepper, so I've got a little bit of salt. And a lot of things have salt, so you don't need a lot. And white pepper. For Asian food, white pepper is just a softer pepper flavor, and that's generally what you find in Asian food. The white pepper, I've got the pork. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of tamari or soy sauce, either one. Then I'm going to add a little bit of cornstarch, and that helps just to hold things together. It's a great binder, and you see it a lot in Asian cooking, especially Chinese cooking. A couple teaspoons of sugar. And again, it's always about the balance of the sweet and the salt and the umami, the bitter, the sour, the sweet, all of it. Then we need chopped green onions. I haven't done that yet. Okay, so now I need to chop quite a few green onions. And I have them done for one recipe, but not the other. Okay, so green onions. I'm going to use probably 4 is enough for this. Okay. And these you want to finely dice for reasons already stated. Can you see? Okay, so I'm just going to get these. I have a nice sharp knife. I'm choked up all the way on my knife. Can you see that? You're choked up all the way here, and it gives you more control on your knife. So I'm going to do these just in a very fine dice, and I'm going to use the green and the white parts for this.
Someone said Grace is working for food, and
that is
it's
true.
not true. Yeah.
We
There's a prize at the end of this.
Yeah.
For me.
Grace also worked with us on my cookbook. So she is, the way I was to Suzanne is what Grace is to me. She's here at every step, and then she just learns so fast. Wow, to compliment you as much as I need to really compliment myself. You teach her once, and then she's so good at it, she can do it for you. And just like all of a sudden, your capacity to do more really increases. So I would love to have you more on my cooking side. She's also editing all the commercials for Well Affair that we shot last week. Okay, so here we go. All of this green onion, and then I'm going to move my bowl over here so you can see. So this is a lot of flavor explosion, that is going to go into tiny little dumpling wrappers. So I always have too much, but that's just part of growing up in a big family and feeling like everything you make needs to be times a million hungry people. It's just the way, it's just a cultural thing. And I know most cultures will say the same. So I took off all of my rings so that I could really just go in here with my hands and mix this well. So I know some of you get really bummed out when I use my hand with my rings. Things do get stuck in there. So many of you on tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We are really having a lot of fun at Caroline's Table. We've got our kind of chat shows on Tuesday, and we're talking about health and wellness and, you know, stuff we deal with, especially at this age. Can you say hi to my husband? He believes me that you do talk to us. Kathy Farina, 52. Mr. Kathy Farina, 52. Thanks for joining us. You are going to love this pot sticker as soon as Kathy Farina, 52, and you, Mr. Kathy Farina, 52, decide to make it together. It's a fun activity to do together. Marianne is having Asian food tonight too. That's awesome. I mean, I love it. I love the flavors. Okay, so this is looking quite good. If I were going to make it again for you, I would remind you to cut the cabbage also on the, what am I trying?
Diced mince.
I would dice it a little better. Yeah, I would, rather than just slice it in one direction, I would chop it in the other direction. Okay, so that is that. Now I'm going to will you open those pot stickers for me, honey? Okay. I have a little tray. I have some water. And I'm going to get this all ready to go so that we can line up a few on here. I think this is going to be enough. Okay, perfect. So you can keep these in the freezer, and that way, do you want to make some with me?
Yeah.
I know. She's like, okay, I need to take photos. And okay, but make one first. Okay, so here we go. Let me get a small spoon. Okay, so here's my pot sticker. Kathy. Oh. Well, Kathy, I said hello to you by way of saying hello to your husband, but thanks for being here, seriously. Okay, so here's what we do. We're going to take a little spoonful of filling, less than you think. How's that? And then we're going to make this little purse. I'm going to do it this way so you can see. What I'm going to do is just dab a little bit of water on the edge, and that is going to help seal it. Can you see okay? Okay, here we go. Then we're going to pinch it at the top, and then we're going to make little pleats. Am I on camera? Can you see, Grace?
Your hands are, yeah.
Can you see the
Can you get closer? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, pleat. 1, 2, 3. You tell me if I need to move. 4. Okay, that is my little pleat. There are so many different ways that you can seal these, and they're super artistic, and that is totally up to you to play, but that is really quite pretty. And that is, see, I turned it into like a slight little crescent. And then I'm going to put it down here. Let's do one more together. And then, okay, here we go. And, you know, when you're really making these for a group, the same way that my Italian family will sit around and, you know, make spaghetti sauce and homemade ravioli, and we get our little assembly line going, I'm sure the same thing happens in Asian families where they get together and there's probably someone in the older generation who is a master at these dumplings. So this is my attempt to honor that great tradition that is centuries and centuries old. Okay. So I'm trying to keep the filling away from the seam area. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing and make sure that you can see. Pleat, 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 pleat. Okay, that side is good. Now this side. Oh, she's stuck together, but it's okay. I can get in there with my dragon lady nails. Pleat, pleat. So you can see it's only the front one that's getting pleated. There we go. Look at the cute little purse. Look at that. Let's do one more together. And you can see it's probably about a measuring teaspoon. I would recommend mushrooms, carrots, cabbage, tofu, anything really, as long as you have the Asian flavor profile. So true. This is like dumpling. It's like saying pasta. You can change whatever you want in it. But you know me, I love a little pork. Pork just makes everything taste great. And for people who don't eat pork because of, certain reasons with this is the cleanest, most beautiful pork. There are no feedlots. They eat grass. They're not eating any, slop. They eat grass and acorns. In fact, the quality of the fat in the pork is totally different than regular pork because of the high nut content they eat. They actually have like healthy monounsaturated fats in the meat. But you guys have heard of Iberico pork. It's a thing. This is what they are known for in Spain. Look how pretty this is. Have I got it, Grace? Can you see?
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay, we have.
There you go. Oh,
Okay.
so cute.
Are we having wine yet?
So cute.
I need a bartender. Yeah. Teresa,
Yes.
yeah. I'm sure I could open a refrigerator and find, I can't even tell you how much wine I could find. I could find 1,000 bottles of wine. But you know what? We are on point because I'm making 2 recipes for you tonight. So I got to get going on these pot stickers. I think I'm going to make, if I get to 6, that maybe even 4, Grace, because it's just the 2 of us. Mm-hmm. And we can make the rest after, and that way we can start on the beef, which I told you I was going to make this beef in 30 minutes, but I thought it would be helpful for you to see how I cut the meat, so we got a time clock here. Okay, Grace, let's get that middle burner on, medium high, with the pan, the white pan that's right there. Let's cook these. Now what I did while that is heating up, I made a little sauce. I made a little dipping sauce, super easy. It's tamari and rice wine vinegar and a little chili oil to taste however you like it. So this is ready for us to plate once. Okay, while that's heating, I'll just pop out one more of these. It's kind of an addictive little process. And Grace is quite artistic, so I know she's kind of dying to get in here, but.
My apple pie plates.
Oh, yeah. See, she's the one who makes the really good pie in our family. Okay. We get it? And you can do 3 pleats on each side. And if you go on TikTok or Instagram, you can look at people who just cut all the corners. There's a whole trend right now of like people who go, I don't know, I don't love it. They go like this. They take the thing and then they take a spoonful and then they go like this and then they put it in here and then they go, wham, and then they, well, not like that. And then they squeeze it off and they're like, yeah, it's done. But no, come on. We're going to be a little more precise than that. Okay, we are going to go cook these. Should we do it? Okay. And then we will make the beef. Okay. This is heating. Now, the Le Creuset takes a little longer to heat up, I'm going to say. There's something about these coated cast irons. They retain the heat really well once you get up there, but it does take a little bit to get it up to heat. So I don't want to rush it. I'm starting to feel it a little more now. In general, you always want a preheated hot pan, and then you put the oil in, and as soon as it shimmers, you go in with whatever you're searing. And what that does is it helps the food not to stick. So a lot of people will use a nonstick pan just because they don't know how to properly preheat a pan. Always hot pan, cold oil, food won't stick. That's the little rule. So this is feeling quite hot now. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of sesame oil. And I just want to make sure that it's spread throughout the pan. Okay. And then, oh, it doesn't feel hot enough. It's not hot enough. I got to let it go. And give me 2 seconds because I forgot that I steamed this. I need a lid. Okay. Place the pot stickers, the flat portion on the bottom, 3 to 4 minutes. Then you add a little water and you steam it for 5 minutes. Okay. That's what's happening. Just coming up to heat. Okay. Let's see. So the flat part, no, she's not hot yet. I'm going to make another one. Yeah, just come over here while I'm
steaming.
It is, but it just, you know, I don't want to waste it. Oh, you don't have to go in there. I'll be 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
there we go.
Quick catch up. We're making.
Oh, yeah. If you're joining us, we are making pot stickers, and I'm really going to try to make the ginger scallion beef. I'm going to try to make both of them within this hour. I think we can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Top
I
chef.
just don't let me rush slicing the meat because it is not worth a digit to get this done on time. That's for sure. Okay. Okay, it's hot. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's hot. I can see the oil. Okay, so you can come right. How cute is that? Okay, that is the, so I'm just going to let that cook for about, flat portion on the bottom of the pan, allow the bottoms to reach a deep golden brown, 3 to 4 minutes. Then we're going to add the water. So you know how when you get these, the bottom has that lovely little crusty seared part? That's what we're getting right now with this. And then the rest of it just needs to be steamed. But obviously you have to make sure that your pork and your shrimp are cooked through. So that's what's happening right now. We're getting the little sear on the bottom. You can go over an hour. You know what? Instagram and Facebook don't like it when you go over an hour. So sometimes they won't show your show to other, which that just is annoying. Let me get my tongs. Oh, I don't even need my tongs. This is, well, there it is. Oh, where's your phone, honey? I'll take a photo.
Right here.
Okay, thank you. All of the details will be up on my blog probably by tomorrow. And this is where we're going to see how these bottoms, oh yeah, they look great actually. Take a look. Okay, so that's ready. What I'm going to do now is add a little bit of water. And then I'm going to cover it. Oh, got it. Okay. And then we're going to cover it and let it steam. Okay, perfect. So we can go back to our home base over here. And now we are going to knock out this beef. And Grace, just give me a 5-minute warning. Yeah. Or one of our friends on the internet can help us. Okay. Can you guys tell us when it's 5 minutes? Okay. This is going to go in the fridge because nobody needs pork sitting out. Okay. Aren't these cute little wraps? Yeah, these are beeswax wraps. Okay, we pop that in the fridge. And these can stay out for now. Okay, so now we are going to make ginger scallion beef. And you can make it with a flank steak like this. That is an inexpensive cut of meat. And I'm going to show you how you slice it. Can you see the very obvious grain in a flank steak? Is really easy to see. So it has these lines in it. So when we say cut against the grain, it means you want to cut this way, not this way. But in order to get this into strips, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it long like this and then cut each one into a strip so that it will be against the grain. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure. Yep, 5 minutes. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to cut this long, thin strips. So the first cut is with the grain. It's also, of course, where the euphemism, go against the grain comes from. And this is about 2 pounds of meat, entirely more than you need to feed people with stir fry, because stir fry is, you don't use a ton of meat. So what we're going to do here is, I'm going to remove this. Okay, so now what I want to do is show you how we cut this against the grain. Okay. I know meat handling isn't like the most fun thing to see, but it really helps you to make your food taste better if you know how to cut it. So here is how I'm cutting this now against the grain to make these tender little bites. You can definitely get meat that's already cut up if you don't want to do this. There are several different cuts of meat at Herd and Grace. There is a stir fry pack, and the meat is incredible on it. But do you see how this is? We've got the strip. We should probably get a paper towel and clean that up, Grace. And of course, I have a really nice sharp knife. There you go. Just give it a little. Thank you. We've got to be pretty close on those pot stickers. Mm-hmm. So there are tricks that you do with Asian cooking like this to tenderize your meat. And one of the big ones is that you add a little bit of baking soda. And what it does with a non-expensive cut of meat is it really creates a very tender piece of meat. So something like a flank steak is, I mean, it's a value cut, but there's so many ways to use it that make it super tasty. There we go. I think we're
45 seconds.
Oh, 45 seconds. Okay. And I'm just going to get this happening.
You don't have to go fast.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Okay, honey, would you grab me one of those white bowls and I'll marinate the meat in that. Thank you. Oh no, the mixing bowl. So what I'm going to put in this marinade, it just needs to marinate for just the amount of time that it takes you to make the super easy sauce. And again, this is a place where if you have an Asian pantry, you'll already have most of these ingredients in your pantry. We're going to use oyster sauce and soy sauce. We're going to use, time? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, let's pull them.
Somebody told us 5 minutes too.
Okay, here we go. Hold on, I gotta get my hands washed. Okay. I'm coming over to you. I'm bringing you the, you should probably come.
Come over.
Yeah. Because it's gonna be cute. Okay, ready? Cute ass pot stickers. Okay. Now, I'm just going to take these. I think it needs a little help on the release on the bottom. Okay. Yep. The pouches are delicate, so if you have any sticking, so I'm just making sure before I tug at it. Okay. And I always like to line up these little packages like little soldiers. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to eat this. So cute.
One in there so I can take a picture.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay. Actually, yes. Okay. Here we go. Come on back in. Oh, well, let's do it here because I don't want to be near Mr. Meats.
Sure.
Okay. All right, here we go. We have, or we can do it here. Just crop out the meat.
Okay.
Okay, ready? We got it. We're just going to go high. Okay. Cute, cute. I'll just eat this one on the end so you can still get your picture. I'm going to do a little dip in my sauce. Oh, wow. Oh, hot.
Dude, that was straight out of the pan.
Very good. Damn,
Worth it.
that's delicious. Okay, wow, yummy. I can't wait to eat that whole pan. But I'm going to move this down so you can get your cute picture. And then if you want to go back into the rig, I will finish
Okay.
the beef. Wow, that is tasty. All those flavors. Don't be shy about seasoning too. I could have used, shockingly, a little more salt.
Salt queen.
You know,
It's okay.
brightens the flavor of everything. Okay, now I'm going to give that to you and you can put it somewhere.
Cute.
While I finish up my beef. We're going to make this so fast, you guys. And what you're getting when you cook it at home, you know where your meat has come from. You know how much salt or sugar you're adding. And you still get all that great, wonderful flavor. Okay, so this goes into a bowl, and we're going to marinate it. Okay, moving on to my next one here. We're going to marinate this with the baking soda. Remember, that's your tenderizing agent. So this is going into a bowl. Okay, and we are going to use a little bit of sesame oil. And again, I'm using the toasted one because I love the flavor. We're having a little bit of tamari or soy sauce. We are adding some cornstarch because that is the thickening agent. So you marinate it in that, and then there's a little bit in the sauce as well. And then this is the baking soda to tenderize. And then a little bit of white pepper, which I clearly need more white pepper. Okay, and then you just want to give this a quick massage. Grace, there's someone knocking at our door. Thanks, sweetheart. See, she's also the welcome committee. Okay, that's it. The meat is ready. Now I'm going to Okay, the next thing we're going to do is very quickly we're going to put together the ingredients for the sauce, which again, if you have the Asian pantry, it does not take that long. Let me get a little bowl. Someone trying to sell you something?
They're trying to sell us meat.
Meat? They were trying to sell us meat.
Little do you know.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go on the sauce. This is what is happening. We have, sweetie, would you grab me just a spoon? We're starting with oyster sauce. Oyster sauce is a prepared sauce like this. Thank you. Okay, so our sauce for the beef is oyster sauce. Yes, and the full recipe will be posted probably tomorrow on my Substack. My Substack is where I do my digital cookbook. So every recipe that I make in these times that we're together, I then post, and then you have a catalog of all my recipes online. This is the tamari, which is light soy sauce, and then you also have this dark soy sauce. Dark soy sauce is a whole different thing. It's deeper, it's more umami, and it's saltier. But a little bit of this it gives you like that punch of flavor that you want with your Asian food. Then I have some rice wine vinegar. You guys have seen me use that many times, like this. And then we have cornstarch, a little sugar, and white pepper. So that's going in here. And again, you're balancing all these flavors. The salt, you need the sweet. That's how things taste really balanced. And then you can use water or use a little bit of chicken stock. And then that becomes the sauce. And then the last thing that you need are your aromatics. So your aromatics, ginger, garlic, green onions, similar to the pot stickers that we made. So what we're going to do for that is I already have them done over here. So the green onions, you just chop these into about 2-inch strips and then just, have them a little bit lengthwise. So these are your nice green onions. Here is my, ginger. When you get it from the grocery store, it looks like this. You peel it, or Grace peels it, and then it looks like this. And then what you do for this recipe, what is traditional is you want to make thin, long strips. So can you see how I'm getting this nice and thin here? And then what I'm going to do is stack these, and then I'm going to cut them again lengthwise to get those thin. That's how you get a thin piece of ginger. This is how you do it for a ginger scallion beef. The green onion, you're just going to use the white and the green. We're going to use about 2-inch pieces. And then on these heartier ones here, we're just going to go in and slice them in half like that. Even again, if you like, but you know, your girlfriend's playing beat the clock over here. So we got to start stirring. We got to start stirring and frying. Okay, so that is, my aromatics are already over by the stove. And I have my garlic and my ginger. And now we need to get this pan hot. So this is where you could use a wok if you have it. I'm going to use this braising pan, which is kind of my all-purpose. And this is we're definitely going on high heat for this. So all you have to do is bring your sauce over. You can come on over, Grace. We're going to be moving over here. Yeah. Okay, so what happens with this recipe is that you cook the meat, you get the pan nice and hot. We're going to cook the meat first and get it seared on both sides, and then you take it out. And then you are going to cook the aromatics, and then you put the sauce and everything back in the pan. So I will take this, because it will, as soon as this is hot, see, this one gets hot so much more quickly. But again, you don't keep as much heat when you are using this is like a stainless professional quality pan. I can't say which one I like more. I love them both. But that takes a little bit of getting used to in terms of how long it takes to heat up. Just leave yourself longer to heat that. Okay, so this is feeling pretty good. I'm going to go in with a little bit of sesame oil, and now the beef. So the beef you like to get, see how that's shimmering? That oil is ready to go. Can you see it shimmer? Yep. Yep. Okay, so here we go with the beef. And of course the signature sizzle tells you your pan is nice and ready. So I'm just going to try to get this kind of in a single layer to get as much contact with these little pieces as possible. And that's how, you don't want your meat to steam. So if your pan is too crowded, or if it's not hot enough, you get steamed gray meat, and we want nice little char, nice little sear on the meat. Whew, okay, that pan's hot. Okay, so that's just going to sit for about a minute and just get hot and do its thing. What you see bubbling is, this is the science class known as baking soda and cornstarch. That's what you're getting there. And then we're going to just let this sear on one side, flip it, let it sear on the other side. And this is going to be, I'm telling you, that 15 minutes of just sitting in massaging it in baking soda is how you can take a very affordable cut of meat and make it really tender and delicious. Heidi, you have like maybe 5 or 10 minutes until it's time for you to eat. So yeah, I can see, you know, this is what you want when you go to a Chinese restaurant. You know, you want that like that wonderful sear on there. That's what you want. No, I just need you to eat, but it's like 5 minutes. Okay. Thank you. I gotta get longer tongs. This is too hot. Woo. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, you know, the more time you take kind of getting that surface contact, that's what takes you from good to great. Is it going to be fine if you just stir this around? Yeah, it's going to be good. But this is the difference between good to great, is when you really care about each little morsel of tender meat here. And every ingredient is that way too. Like if you get better quality meat, your food tastes better. If you take the time to tenderize it, it tastes better. And you're taking the time to really babysit these little chunks here. Oh, this is going to be so good. So it's, you know, overall it's about 2 minutes on each side because these are so tiny. It's going to be done before you have time to flip every one, really. And then it's going to go back in the sauce and finish, so you don't have to worry about it being completely cooked through right now, because then you get a final toss. Oh God, look at these. Yum. Yeah. Look at these. That's what you want. Yep. Okay, I think we did a pretty good flipperoo. So what I have now, I'm just going to take everything off of here, and then I'm going to very quickly toss it together. I'm going to make it before 5 p.m.
Make it.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay, let me get my... Oh, wow. We got to get a picture of this. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put this in the bowl. And then, standing by, this is where it's going to get very quick, is the aromatics and the sauce, and one final toss, and the sauce is going to thicken up, and you're going to feel like someone just dropped off a $75 ridiculously overpriced Postmates at your door. Okay, here we go. We're going to add the ginger and the ginger and the garlic. You can add a little spot more of oil. I'm trying to work quickly so that we don't burn everything on the bottom of the pan. Okay, here we go. This just needs a minute less. You just want to get these a little wilted. Gorgeous. Yeah, see, I had danger zone over here. If you see your pan getting burned on the edge, just drop the heat a little bit. Okay, just barely wilted. That garlic just needs a minute. Now I'm going in with the sauce. Did you get a photo?
I did.
Okay, here we go. Ready? And the sauce. Yum. And now the meat goes back in. And this just pulls together. I'm getting it. Okay, while that's pulling together, I am going to get my cute ass bowl. Okay, Heidi.
I'm here.
Okay. Time to feed you. Yeah, this is my best friend. This is Heidi. Here she is. Look at her. She's Elle Woods, but in grown-up best friend format.
I cannot, there's no way I could possibly describe to you how this smells.
Okay, here we go.
It's so good.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh, I won't
Okay, you're
even
in
mind
close,
my
Grace?
hair smelling this.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Okay, come here, honey. Right here. I'm going to get you a chopstick. I'm going to get both of us chopsticks.
So good.
Okay.
All right.
You ready?
I'm so ready. I've only been smelling this
Yeah.
for a half hour now, so.
Oh, so hot.
A little hot. Okay.
It's so good, though.
Oh my God.
That's good, huh? Okay.
Damn.
Girlfriend, cousin, fun, takeout night.
This is amazing.
Pull yourself, grab a movie, grab a friend, make this at home instead of doing takeout. You're going to love it. I'll post the recipes tomorrow on Substack. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, Caroline, this is so
on
good.
Caroline's table. My girlfriend is happy. I'm happy. My niece is about to get some serious pay in food.
Oh my
Love
God.
you guys.
So good.
Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.